Welcome to Brawlhalla.
But is on the Jiro once again here, the same character that we saw him face off against Pavelski with, same character we saw him face off against Godly with. So I'm going to make the safe assumption that he 3-0'd Coco with Jiro as well. Fozey, on the other hand, onto the Orion, the tried and true. He's not messing around. Played a little bit of Ember up in winner's bracket. Did very well with Ember as well. Same with the same with the Kaya. Kaya, excuse me. You guys keep yelling at me for my southern pronunciation of Kaya. But sticking to the Orion here to face off against Delta.
What do you think about the Orion versus Jiro pick, just based on the legends alone here?
I think whoever gets into advantage first wins, because it's Scythe Spear. So, like, take your gamble.
Yeah, Jiro with that low defense, though, with 3 defense, he's rocking right now against this, you know, all that range as well with Orion's rocket lance and spear could prove quite difficult, but Delta is still holding its own. Ooh!
Wait, he missed!
Tries to fish for that nair!
Delta really wanted to get the reversal there off stage against Fozey, but instead ended up overcommitting and losing his stock. Unfortunate mistake from him, but he's looking to rectify that mistake by taking down Fozey off stage, except the ground pounds do not connect. Fozey's able to survive as well, and Delta not in too good of a position as a result. The more damage Fozey gets on him, the worse it is, especially when he's unarmed. Yeah,
for sure. Ooh, a ground pound there would have been pretty cool, pretty nice, but he opted for that dare. Let's see, downsig missing from the spear on Fozey here. Delta trying to put pressure with that Sare off stage, but Fozey holding on to his first stock not pretty well. He loses it right there. But even stocks now. Slight damage on Delta, and he's showing off his Scythe skills here too. We saw Delta play against Pavelski with Scythe, and he held his own. He was even doing some pretty insane strings against the god himself.
That Scythe ditto between Delta and Pavelski to open up the tournament, the Fate versus Jiro that we saw as literally our first match. I was a little bit sleepy from having to wake up at 6 a.m. my time to cast this. That woke me up quick, just like that Sig should have woken up Delta. So he goes down to his final stock of game number 1.
100%, and Delta is down 1 stock against Fozey here. Fozey putting up more pressure with that recovery and spear. The spear seems to be doing a lot of work for Fozey against this matchup, completely denying Delta of the stage right now. Delta comes back up with that Sare, trying to connect the neutral sig on Fozey, but misses. Let's see, this is a pretty heated game 1 so far. This is important. Oh, the side sig barely missing, and the weapon throw getting dodged out by Fozey with a perfect dodge.
Fozey now back on stage, looking to take this final stock away from Delta, but he's got to get his feet underneath him first, and Delta looking to make sure that doesn't happen. The weapon throw off stage takes the stock out and brings us 1-1 despite the damage deficit. A good weapon starve could be all the difference if Delta can execute on it fully. Fozey gets sent that way, but he just barely gets to pick up the lance, and now he's just going to be looking for Sare. You and I both know.
Yeah, 100%. That Sare is very strong on the Scythe here. Let's see if he goes for anything else, however, on the Scythe, but he actually throws it out. Maybe he goes for a D-Light here, maybe, potentially.
Nope. Ooh, tries for the Sig off stage. N-Light weapon throw.
We got Fozey unarmed. Oh, never mind. He got the spear here. It just takes 1 quick little string from Delta, or couple maybe, to get Fozey out and even in damage here. Wow.
Oh. Fozey was trying so hard there to bait Delta into dodging down so they could catch him with recovery. Delta rather didn't bite, but Fozey eventually just found the hit he needed. Down he went and takes game number 1, looking to move on in bracket to face off against Swada.
Yep. So Fozey is up in lead right now, like you said, in game 1. Let's see what happens in game 2 here. Same character picks from both sides. He seems pretty confident in his Jiro to be able to take out Fozey's Orion. Let's see who gets the lead early on in game 2 here.
Starting it off, still on Apocalypse.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the Apocalypse pick for this matchup because this is advantage state the matchup, right? Like it's Scythe versus Lance and Spear. So like, who cares about dying early? Let's just fight.
Yeah, it's a great platform, a great stage as well for this specific matchup. Let's see what Jiro does, or Delta, with the Scythe against Fozey's Lance here. Great GC sidelight into the Sair, connecting off stage against Delta. Barely missing that down sig on Fozey. Let's see how he follows up here. Great end light, but no follow-up. Great dodge from Fozey as well.
Oh, but it might end up in his demise if Delta can execute on this trap properly. Has to dash back to pick up the sword, though, and that's going to give Fozey the opportunity to stand up, recover those resources, make sure he doesn't get caught slipping on the wall. It might not matter, though, as Delta just searching for this D-Light recovery, finds the side light instead.
Yeah, Fozey's looking for that dodge and punish. He's just fishing for a jumping above him, but he gets caught with that recovery and gets punished in the air for that as well. Double recovery, triple, nope, misses the third unarmed recovery off the top of the map. Downsig barely missing it. Well, second downsig. Do we see
do it again? Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Come on.
I thought he
no, that was a side sig. That's why it didn't work. If you had down sigged, it would have worked.
For sure.
Has to KO with the recovery off the top instead because he was too scared to desig a third time. Incredibly disappointed in our pros.
Hey man, if you're gonna do it a lot, you might as well do it, some more. But here we go. Off stage with Fozey. Oh, great maneuver around that sword. Ground pound. Ooh, oh my gosh.
Got caught jumping way too close to that blast zone. The recovery going to take out the stock, and now Delta has himself a huge lead to play with. That lead might evaporate pretty quickly. Fozey's done this before. He did this in his winter set. We saw it earlier, you and I.
Yep. 100%. Fozey can definitely come back from this. No options on Delta as of now. But Fozey, again, offstage. Great dodge into the down signature. Catching Delta there. Let's see if Fozey can definitely take this stock back. Great! Neutral sig barely missing. Okay, he's fishing for these ground pounds on. Oh my gosh. Great punish from Delta to punish his own ground pound. Wow. That was insane.
He who seeks the ground pound should be prepared to be ground pounded himself.
Exactly. We've seen a lot of that this tournament so far. A lot of ground pounds.
It's a lot of traded ground pounds too.
Exactly,
these guys do that a lot.
So it looks like Apocalypse is banned this time, and we have a character pickup or character switch on Fozey's side for Kaya. Or Kaya.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep saying Kaya just because it's making people mad.
I love it. I love it. I'm not too particular. I think I say Kaya. I'm converting.
I'll say Kaya. I'm converting people by saying Kaya. I say Kaya specifically because I'm a Southerner, and that is how AYA is pronounced. That's literally it. There's like that's just it.
I feel that. I'm a fake, so but it is what it is. So we see a D-Light reverse connecting with a Sair on Fozey's side on a spear. We're over on the new map here with the what's it? I think it's like the Code of Lions or something map. But this here we go. It's similar to Apocalypse, but not quite. Fozey missing the Sair completely there, but let's see who punishes. Delta has a lot of damage stacked up on him. Fozey's just got to do a quick little combo, maybe with a D-Light here. And Sair, perfect.
And there it is. The spear, definitely not the problem for Fozey. Still making it work on a completely different legend. And making sure he doesn't have to use bow, because he immediately cycles it away to make sure not only does he still have spear in hand, but he's got another spear primed too should he need to throw this one away.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the ground pound.
He can definitely make it back. Maybe. Oh, nope. Completely denied.
Shouldn't have said anything. That was your fault.
Jinxed it. I jinxed it. My bad, Fozey. My bad. Delta trying to punish this Kaya unarmed, but great weapon spawn gives Fozey a spear. Here we go. Ground pound again from Kaya. Fishing out another one. No options from Delta, but doesn't get denied from the stage.
There was like a small fraction of my mind that was like, is he high enough up, or is he gonna miss the wall completely here while he's sweating? Yeah. But he got the wall touch, able to get back up on stage. He's a lot worse for wear though in the process already. starting to approach those deep red percents. Kaya looking for the recovery. Fozey not able to find it, though.
Let's see what happens here. Again, 2 and 2 stocks right here. Let's see. Oh, weapon throw out. Gets the bow into the D-line recovery to confirm that second stock. Fozey is up. Oh, no, they're actually even in the set right now. 1-1. Fozey can definitely try to take the lead here, though, with this match particularly, if he's able to close out this knockout here.
Looking for something here. Now onto the bow. Has a Delta above him, so should be able to look for these juggle opportunities, but Delta's just moving so fast, Fozey doesn't have the opportunity to set up.
Yep.
Oh.
He's not setting up. D-Light there, connected with the with the sword.
Yeah, the dodge. Great by Delta to be able to reverse that situation and prevent himself from taking approximately 16 bajillion damage from one bowstring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bowstrings are pretty consistent with Fozey, but he's primarily playing the spear this matchup. D-Sig missing. Tries to read that aggression there and try to hit that Sarah, but did not. Fozey sitting up at 2 stocks versus Delta's 1. A great N-Sig coming out from Fozey there. Wow, beautiful.
Finds the stock, but he is deep into the red. One solid string from Fozey could end it all right here. He finds the bow, so he has the weapon to make it happen as well. Delta was unable to complete that weapon starve, and Fozey just biding his time, waiting for Delta to commit to something, just jumping up and down, trying to get that bait.
Yep. Yeah, he's progressing in there with the bow, trying to look for maybe a D-Light recovery for that confirmer, maybe a Nair. Oh, barely missing that Nair. Great dodge from Delta. And they're off stage now. Picking up the spear with the N-Light, missing that recovery. Fozey's just fishing for that recovery at this point to confirm that knockout. Oh, beautiful neutral sig from Delta. Can Delta come back from this set?
Hang on, there's no way, right? Like, there's no way, right? Okay.
Oh, okay,
there's no way, right? Delta running out of
bit.
resources off stage, gets caught by the pogo jump. And Fozey takes game number 3, puts himself on set point. But it's been a difficult grind to even make it to this point. Does he have what it takes to push across the finish line against Delta? And it might get a little bit more difficult, as I would imagine the reason it took extra time was a legend swap, maybe? Delta's still on the Jiro.
Potentially. We got Jiro. Do we see a switch up from the Kaya? Nope.
Nope. Still okay.
Back to Apocalypse.
All right. So no swaps happened. They took an extra second to compose themselves instead of changing legends. And no more Court of Lions. We're on Apocalypse.
Yeah. It is, we're back on to Apocalypse, but Fozey is coming in with the Kaya instead, so we'll see how that turns out. Kaya proved to be the good pick on the last matchup in the Court of Lions. We'll see how Delta reacts to the Kaya pick here again.
Playing very careful, patient, neutral between the two of them. Neither one of them trying to commit too hard. I mean, it's bow versus scythe. If either one of them commits inaccurately, they get blown up. They've got to be very careful.
Exactly. Yeah, those strings on bow and the strings on scythe can go pretty insane, especially when in the hands of the right players, such as Delta and Fozey. 2-1 for Fozey. Fozey in the lead of this set. So this is an important match for sure if Delta wants to stay in this Intel Gamer Days tournament.
We're looking for the spike off stage with the deer.
There we go. Nice neutral sig with sword, sending Fozey off the right side of the map. Nice Sarah, putting so much pressure from Fozey to come back up and hitting that neutral sig off the map, anticipating that recovery, and a Sarah to close out that stock on Fozey there from Delta.
A falling Sarah at that to find that stock. Fantastically played by Delta. Recognizing where Fozey was going to try and go to regain the stage. Fozey had been jumping the same way and dodging in pretty frequently throughout this entire series. And this time Delta finally calls it out with the Sarah for the stock. Now though, deep in red, has the opportunity to close up this stock gap. Delta knows that, look, he's gonna play as passive as he needs to. He's not gonna go in. He has the lead.
Yeah, he doesn't need to at this point with that damage stack up on him too. He has to be careful. Like you said earlier, walking on those eggshells. This is his last set potentially if he drops it, or last match of the set if he drops it. So he's playing a lot more carefully against Fozey, and it is the smart way to go as well. Nair connecting, it does not take him out still. Delta's got a lot more. I just jinx it. I just jinx it every time.
You didn't even get to finish the thought. You were just like, Delta's got. Oh.
Nah, yeah, they're right. He's gone. But
So
Fozey's
sad.
still in
Can
yellow.
we get an F
so.
in the chat? For
Yeah, F in the chat.
the
please.
curse.
Great Nair coming off from Fozey. So yeah, Fozey still got some damage, but Delta can Fozey can definitely come back from this. They're still in 2-2. He's up on the matches in the set, so sitting kind of comfortably there.
I mean, this is almost perfectly even in this game. Fozey's got the lead in terms of the overall set count. That doesn't matter in the moment. That's not something that either one of these players should be thinking about. All they should be thinking about is winning this one game. It seems like that's all that's on their mind right now as Delta finds the GC Sair. Now recovery up high.
Yeah. Nice. Do we see a punish? We see a punish with the recovery on Bo for that neutral signature. And great Nair follow-up. Damage is pretty much even on both sides. We've seen, I've noticed specifically in this game, it's a lot more passive. It's a lot slower pace compared to the other matches of this set. They're trying to play a lot more carefully to make sure they guarantee this win. Both players need to guarantee this win here. Progress.
Oh, recovery connects, but it's not enough to KO. Trying to catch Fozey jumping in, and another recovery, still not enough. Delta struggling a little bit to get this KO, but finally finds it. Third time's the charm. Fozey down on his last stock of game 4. Out comes the scythe.
Delta reclaims the lead. Ooh, goes for a Nair instead after that GC N-Light. The dude off stage is so dangerous with these players. Anything can happen, and they can still get punished. Like it's insane to see all these different punishes off stage. This ground pound missing, weapon throw. He gets back on stage perfectly fine though.
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, no.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe
you gotta
not.
stop
Fozey.
cursing this, bro.
Yeah, Fozey made it back just fine, but Delta did not. Delta definitely did not. Nice air connecting from him. Dang, they're taking things off stage a lot. Oh.
Another falling Sig. And now no resources on Delta. The sweat beads coming out. The ground pounds coming out. Still living thanks to that wall touch. But man, he's paying the toll to even get back up on stage. Still no weapon too. That's the worst part.
Yeah. Great weapon star from Fozey here. And amazingly well played from him off the stage there to completely deny Delta. However, Delta can still take it back here.
That knockback scaling starting to get a little bit intense. Fozey not going to be able to get those easy follow-ups for the KO anymore. Just going to have to get a raw recovery or something of the like. Goes low to avoid the weapon throw. Almost gets caught and does indeed get caught. The Jiro Sig comes out. And we go to game 5 once again.
Character picks look to be the same.
Yeah, they insta-locked that. There was no time to swap legends.
They wanted to get straight into that game 5. They wanted to get back into it. They didn't want to lose any of that momentum. But I noticed that Delta was really going for those neutral sigs. I think he kind of saw how Fozey was fishing for a lot of those spear recoveries, and he would get punished quite often with that recovery into that neutral side sig on Jiro. So he was able to get that lead because of that, I think, in the last stock there.
Going into game 5. Staying
on
on
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. No reason to swap up what's been working for both of you.
Very close set though. 2-2 from both sides. This is the last match of this set, and I believe this is the last match that we cast potentially. Maybe. Let me see.
No, we do have one more after this.
Yeah.
We'll be doing the Ninja 729 versus Seijaru. But we have to finish this game 5 first to figure out who gets the honor and privilege of fighting Swada in losers quarterfinals. And right now, at least with this start, it's looking like Fozey wants it to be him. Red percents, red damage coming through.
100%. Looking for those neutral stakes again. Fozey kind of understanding that. Wow, great Sair to punish Delta off stage. Dodges the ground pound. Oh, the neutral stake doesn't quite get him up to the side. And Fozey takes that first stock.
Fozey coming out of the gates with a vengeance after that game slipped away from him. He wanted this to be a 3-1. He's not happy that we went game 5 in the first place. So he's trying to make sure that it's over with and done as soon as possible. Mustard damage already on Delta.
Wow, that was like insane weapon star from Fozey. That lasted quite a good amount of time too. A lot of damage stacked up on Delta as well. Nice maneuver there with the ground pound.
I do not like this positioning from Delta. It's very, very scary.
Yeah, Delta is still low here. Weapon throw. Okay, weapon throw. He wanted to go unarmed and gets punished completely from the bow from Fozey. Wow. A lot of
stage. Fozey's able to get his feet back underneath him. Still weapon starving Delta. Delta's been unarmed for quite a while now, and he's going to stay that way as Fozey finds the Sair for the stock.
Yeah, it's pretty... This match has been primarily Delta being unarmed, and that still continues on his last stock. Fozey's doing an extremely good job punishing Delta here for picking up or trying to pick up these weapons. Ooh, extended ground pound, not quite connecting, and gets punished himself with a another ground pound, as we've seen many times this tournament so far.
Coming back down onto the stage, just trying to make use of the scythe, but Fozey just continuously keeping him walled out. It seems like he's figured out how he needs to play this matchup, and that is at a distance. Don't let Delta get in. Just keep Delta walled out, and you won't be able to do anything.
Yep. Fozey's utilizing this platform on Apocalypse, trying to outmaneuver Delta, trying to keep him away as well while trying to get those nairs and sidelights involved. The neutral stake again connecting off Fozey. No options, barely on him off stage. Great dodge from Delta to maneuver around that down signature.
Stock gone. We're down on last stock, game 5, but the damage is a completely different story for these two right now. Fozey gets a weapon in hand as well, so the one advantage that Delta had at the moment now is gone.
The nair connecting, almost not really almost taking it, but stacking up even more damage. Another nair on
These nairs
Delta.
are painful for Delta, especially now with
100%.
Yeah, there it is. That's GG's. Fozey taking it in game 5, 3-2, moving on further into bracket, sending Delta out at a very, very respectable 7th place.